2 minutes, Sam, 2 minutes. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. You guys had a good break last week, and everything is well. We're going to review week number 2 numbers today. We're going to talk about our website a little bit today. We're going to talk about and rehash what Ronnie Ramos gave us some information last time we met. And we're going to also on Thursday have a little meet with Sarah Rodman Alvarez from our charity, who's on the board, and give her a rundown, or have her give a rundown about that charity. Also, I would like one or two of us to give a brief presentation about our team at that day for Sarah to see, and we'll talk about who's going to be doing that later on this afternoon. So to start things off, why don't we give it to our guru, our soothsayer, our innovator, Samantha, please.
Everyone, missed you all, and I missed teaching. So we'll just do something quick right now. So just find a comfortable seat for this quick meditation, sitting tall, palms face down on the knees. You can let the eyes close, or you can look forward at one spot, whatever you're comfortable with. Just start to deepen your inhales and exhales, giving yourself permission to be here in this moment, allowing everything else before and after this moment to melt away, softening the muscles of the face, letting go of the jaw, continuing to release any muscle tension down the shoulders, the arms. Only real movement here is that of the inhales and the exhales in the belly and the chest. Smooth inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. And then taking one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly as we do some deep belly breathing. So you'll inhale through the nose, fill the belly as big as you can, and then on the exhale, let it out of the mouth. Inhale, feel the belly start to push that hand away on the inhale. And on the exhale, let it go. Try to make each breath a little bit bigger than the one before. Releasing anything that isn't serving you today, anything holding you back. A few more just like that. Keeping the shoulders and the hands soft. Last big belly breath. And then you can release the hands back down to the thighs, keeping the heart and the shoulders over the hips and the pelvis, and the head over the heart. So I'm going to say some affirmations for you, and then you can say them after me in your mind. And just imagining yourself embodying each phrase, allowing it to become true and become reality. I am successful. I am doing my best. I deserve to smile and be loved. I am filled with gratitude. I am a magnet of abundance. I love who I see in the mirror. And I choose to have a good day. Maybe allowing a soft smile to come to the face as you imagine yourself having a good day, a good rest of your week. Now, when you're ready, bringing some movement back into the body, arriving back into the space, the room that you're in, and blinking the eyes open if they were closed, ready to begin class.
Thank you, Sam. This is a big week for Sam. She turned 21 years of age this past week. So Sam, congratulations. That's a big deal, 21. I hope you had a good birthday, and I'm sure you did by looking at all the pictures you've posted. It's like you behaved yourself reasonably well. And so thank you, congratulations, Sam. Happy birthday, and all the best from Business Practicum class, Mr. Hassey. So thank you, Sam, and thank you for all the fine things you do for us.
Thank you.
All right. Here's where we stand after the end of 2 weeks. We have sold, according to our financial statements, and Talia, thank you, 32 units. We have a profit of roughly around $357. And I'm not going to make a big deal of this, so don't anybody think I'm going to be shouting and yelling or screaming. Because we were coming off a spring break week, but that didn't seem to stop our 2 other teams in our practicums, but we'll let that go. And so we're down a little bit from our plan. We had a plan through 2 weeks of selling 65 units and making around $592. So we're about 50% down in revenue, and we've made up for it in selling some or having less expenses than we planned. So that helped us with the bottom line a little bit. Is according to the variance, we're down about 40% to our plan in profits. So these are numbers that we're going to be watching in even more detail every week going forward after this week. So just something for us to be aware of, and also to gauge according to our plan, because Mr. Wells Fargo looks at this every week as well. He looks at our plan compared to our actuals. And if he has any concerns or whatever, he'll relay those on to me, and I'll relay those on to Andrew, but I'm not anticipating anything. He doesn't hit the panic button or doesn't start getting concerned until about the 4th or 5th week. So, but this is just something for us to monitor. We're down according to plan, but that's, that's not earth shattering. It's usually the way it is after spring break. And it gives us an idea of where we stand currently and what we have left to do. So, and again, if anybody has any questions or comments as I'm going through this little review, just please feel free to turn on your mics and shout out any questions or comments as we go through these numbers today. I'm going to be doing this for the next couple of weeks, but after about week 4, then I'm going to have the appropriate individuals do this little presentation to our class every Tuesday. So Talia, you'll be doing this in a couple of weeks. Tyler and Mason will be doing their particular reports, just explaining to them what's going on to the group, so everybody's up to speed and knows where we stand. So I'm going to be walking through these for this week and next. And so those interested parties, please note and watch what I'm doing. What do I concentrate on? What do I talk about? Because you'll be doing the same thing in a couple of weeks for your individual areas. You don't have to worry about that now. Don't have to worry about next week. But you will eventually be reporting these numbers to us on a weekly basis. So, okay. So I want to take a look at now at our sales report that Tyler presented to us. And a couple things to note. This is our sales report through week 2, and what Tyler has shown us is what we have, our goal of 2 units per individual on our team, and the actual units sold, the Wiz.com units sold, and the Stans Havoc, that's a corporate sale, I assume, of 20 units, okay? Now, according to this, and this is where something we have to watch out for, according to this, we have 35 units sold through week 2, 35 units. Our sales are 32 units on our financials. So we're showing 35 units on the sales report, but there's 32 units posted to the financials income statement. So again, I'm not going to make a big deal of that now, but let's make sure in the future we jive. Now I'm just going to ask this question out, and anyone can answer it if they can. If not, don't worry about it. Why are we 3 units off?
I can answer the question.
Okay, Tyler.
I forgot to take out Mason and Rihanna's sales from the Wix.com. I accidentally left their 3 in there. So
Okay.
That's why I made a mistake.
No, fair enough. But that's something that we watch. We watch, make sure that all the reports are in sync and match up, because that's what our professors will look at. That's what our Wells Fargo people will look at. So that's just to make sure that we are in sync and everybody's on top of things. So thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. So so here's where we stand at the end of 2 weeks in our sales. We have many of our individuals have yet to sell anything. So just note that. The pressure will be mounting as every week goes on. And also for many of our individuals, you're already 4 units down. So just be aware of that. These are things that we note. These are the pressures that you undergo as a team in regards to the plan, in regards to the individual accomplishments that you have set for yourselves. And so you will be held accountable to the numbers as we move forward in our class, okay? So Tyler, thank you for putting this report together. Appreciate it. Let's take a look at the operations report that Mason does. And here is what he has. Looks like we purchased 238 units. According to this, we have sold 39 units, according to this.
I messed up a little bit for the individual sales. I kind of confused them a bit. And
Okay.
I think I've kind of double placed a couple of orders maybe.
Okay, so just clean that up for next week, Mason. Okay, okay, that's fine. It's better to do this now than all of a sudden on week 5, we look at these and we haven't been looking at them from week to week, and we send these out and people are going to go screaming to the high heavens. What the hell's going on over there? No, not one report matches. So that's why we do this. It's not a big deal. I came out of a meeting last week during spring break at University of Laverne for a program that I'm working on, and nobody knew what the hell was going on. All the reports were out of whack, and these were people who were getting paid for this stuff to do this, and they were all out of whack. So don't worry about it. This is just something that's part of the process of this class of learning how to report, learning how to be accountable. That's the way it is. And when you guys get out in the real world, in the business life or in the marketing life or in whatever life you guys are going to be doing, even in if you're going to be a coach or in sports, you are going to be held accountable because somebody's going to be paying you for your time and your service. And if you are not meeting the goals that are set for you in that particular endeavor, you have to be held accountable. And so that's part of this process, is to understand that and to go through that. So again, this is our statement of our inventory, our operations, according to what we have in stock and what we have available and what we have sold as far as our product is concerned. Now, Mason, while we're on the subject of our product, have you heard or have received any concerns or comments about the quality of our product?
No, I haven't heard anything like any complaints. I haven't got any. We haven't got any messages about it or anything.
Okay, good, good. Would you tell me if we did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe it depends.
yeah,
It depends what goes back on the operations. Honestly, like shipping.
That's a big deal. That's a big word there. It
I will.
depends. Well, it depends, Mr. Hassey. I don't know, but that's okay. That's all right. So but that's a good point. Let's say Austin sells some product, and a couple of weeks later, one of his homeboys calls him up and says, "Hey, Austin, this thing broke in half. What's up with that? I want my money back, or I want a new one." I think if we have a couple of incidents of those type of things, we need to take note of that, and we need to make sure we understand that. So that's why I bring that up. As our team members are selling the product, and we hear stories from our customers or hear stories from people that we sell the product to, that's naturally going to be a big deal to note. So that's important. A couple other teams have had some difficulties with some of their products. And have had to take some alternative steps to make sure of the quality of the product. And so that's just something that we have to be aware of. And that's something that we'll always discuss in this type of format when we talk about the operations of the company. So thank you, Mason. Just fix those couple of things and we're in good shape. Nice report. It's simple to look at, which I like. It's to the point. It shows what's going on, and that's important. So thank you for this. Yes.
I'll correct it and I'll send it in again. All right.
That's fine, Mason. Thank you. All right. Now let's take a look at the real deal here. Hang on. Beg your pardon, just a sec. Oh, wrong one, excuse me. There we go. Okay, this is our financials. And again, I'm not going to get into big accounting debits and credits crap and all that nonsense, but this is the reports that Talia has done, and she gets the information from you guys. We have, and this is where we have our bottom line. Notice we have nothing for these weeks. We've done 2 weeks. What happens is we take 10% of our sales as called an SG&A. That's called overhead. Guess what? The University of Laverne gets to keep that. That check goes to University of Laverne to cover the overhead costs of the individuals, like our business office and people who are working behind the scenes. That goes to pay for that. It's called overhead, and that's 10% of our revenue. Then we have a marketing expenses, which go here, and these are checks that I will either cut or have cut to individuals getting reimbursed for marketing expenses. Sales taxes are the sales taxes that we have to pay the counties, the state of California. the Sales Tax Board of Equalization, which these checks go to. And now we cut these checks at the end of the semester. So as of now, we don't pay these out yet, but they will go out at the end of the semester when we're all done and accounted for. These sales check, these are percentage of the revenue that we collect and have to go to sales tax. Now, if any of you are non-business type or have been talked about this in your classes, sales taxes go to the state and the county of where we are, Los Angeles County, the city of Laverne, and they help to pay for expenses of running the city governments and the state governments and the county governments. That's what sales taxes go to. Then we have the interest expense. According to our statement of cash flows, we took $2,000 of our credit line in the first week to give us the cash needed to buy our inventory to meet our expenses. And we took $2,000 from Wells Fargo, and we have to pay 8.25% on that $2,000. And that's our interest expense on that money that we are able to get from Wells Fargo as funding the capital for our business. And naturally, if we take 8.25% of 2,000 and divide that by 52 weeks, that's $3.17 a week in interest expense. And this money will be taken out of our account by Wells Fargo as interest due on the money. So the key thing to do here is sell as much product as we can so we can pay off that $2,000 and not have that additional interest every week as we move along. And usually what it probably looks like is we'll probably start to, let's see, right now we have $982 of cash in our statement of cash flows. And next week we sell another 30, 40 units. That'll give us more cash and we can start paying off that $2,000. And that'll whittle down that interest expense that we have. So that's an expense that we don't like because it cuts into our profits. But we need that $2,000 in order for us to get up to speed and buy our inventory. So every business does this. Every single business. University of Laverne does this. You think University of Laverne has all that money all the time? No, they don't. They have to borrow money from Wells Fargo, and they get a line of credit just like we do, where they draw on and have to pay interest. Their interest is a little bit lower because they have a little bit more assets behind them. I think the university pays around 7% on their money to Wells Fargo. We have to pay 8.25% because we're a startup. We have less credit. So, but that's how that works. So that's the interest we pay to Wells Fargo. And so, and then we have what is called merchant fees. These are fees that are paid, taken out of our bank account for the use of the Square and using the Wix.com system. And these are fees that are come out of our account that charge us, reimburse for those expenses. All right. So as you can see, this is how we work our financials. We have our statement of revenue and expenses, which gives us our profits. We have a statement of our cash flows, money coming into our account. Now, naturally, we had all credit sales, and those credit sales are right here. So we have not much cash coming in yet. So that's why we used the $2,000 of the credit line. We wrote a check for our inventory. We're writing a check for marketing expenses, reimbursement expenses. And so we've had that $2,000 helped us meet those obligations. Now, hopefully, as we start getting in sales, start getting in cash, we can whittle that down and have some cash flow to work with. And hopefully we'll build this up. And then when we want to place any more orders, if we need for more inventory down the road, we'll have the cash to do that. So that's how this all works. And it all flows into a statement of the balance sheet, which this is our cash balance. According to our statement of cash flows, this is how much inventory we have left. This is the inventory that has yet to be sold. So it's on our books as an asset. This is the line of credit that we owe. And this is our profits today. Add all that together and our balance sheet is in balance. Simple accounting, not too technical. If you look at the balance sheet of Tesla, you would see multiple pages of lines and numbers. But we're not Tesla. We try to keep this very simple and easy to manage. And that's where we stand. And notice this is the key thing if you're a geek like Professor Hasse. Notice here, everything is in balance. There's no difference between liabilities and equity and assets. And Mr. Hassey likes that. It puts a smile on his face when he sees that. Our books are in balance. And that's, as an accounting person or as a financial person, that's a good thing. It keeps us making sure that we've accountable for our financial numbers, and we go from there. So a couple things as an offshoot of all these 3 reports that we saw today, and we will see every week, is that it tells us, it takes a snapshot through that particular time period of how we're doing, okay? It's a snapshot of how we're doing, and are we accountable? We know where the numbers are. We know what the numbers mean. We know what we're now doing about it. Geez, we're 50% down in our plan. Well, what are we gonna do about it? That's a question I'm gonna ask on Thursday. What are we gonna do about this, guys? We're budgeted to sell some more units this week, but we're already 33 units behind. How are we going to catch up? Are we going to try to go after some more corporate partners? Are we going to start selling more individually? How are we going to make that up? And these are questions we ask ourselves every week. And that's management. All right. If any of you work for companies or work for organizations, if you don't meet your sales goal, if the company doesn't do as well, they want to put in a strategy or a plan of fixing it. And what do we have to do? Do we have to put more out there on advertising? I saw you guys been posting a few more things on Instagram. Are you going to get more advertising out? Are you going to try to get the word out? Are you going to get some, maybe try some new things or try different things within your own individual networks? These are questions we will ask every week about how we're doing, how we're managing what we are doing. So that's the crux of it. Every Tuesday we'll be doing this to review, and then that review will help us going forward of what we have to do. So does anybody have any comments, concerns, or any points to make as a result of this review? Anybody? Okay.
I have
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Jasleen, where are you with the corporate people you've been talking to?
So, one of them is not confirmed, which I told Mason about that one. And then the other one is getting a little upset because I've been trying to figure out the receipt that I asked you guys about. And I haven't really, I thought I'd hear back from you guys about that, but I didn't hear anything about it. Professor Hassey, do you know if we'll be able to give them a receipt that proves that it's going to charity? Because they said that the company needs it for tax purposes.
No problem. What you do is I have, I think Andrew might have a copy of this. We have a tax ID letter, which means we're a not-for-profit corporation, okay? Also, when we should contact Sarah or contact somebody at Restaurant Workers Association to give us their tax ID number, and we can put that in an email with our tax ID and our tax exempt status, that and the tax exempt status of our charity, that should be sufficient.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll let them know that tonight.
Okay.
And then the third one, they just didn't give me a date yet of when they want it.
Okay.
So,
Andrew, do you have that tax letter? Did I give you a copy of that?
Was it emailed?
Yeah, it was way back at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it.
Okay, if you don't, let me know. I have that.
Will do.
And so all you have to do that is give that to Jasleen or have Jasleen give you the forwarding information. And if we can get, I think we already have the tax ID number of Restaurant Workers. I think it was in our business plan. And we just give that information to that company, and that's sufficient enough to tell them that we're tax exempt organizations. It's a charity, and that's a good thing for them because when they do their corporate tax return, they will probably write it off, which is a good thing.
I'll
for
just
them.
add it to the chat.
Yeah, so what you should do is encourage your corporate partners to say, hey, this is a tax deduction, dudes. If you want to you want to buy some more, you can get a tax break on this. That's not a bad sales pitch to some of these organizations. I know when I was in business for myself, every December, I was always thinking about, geez, I got to pay this in taxes this coming year. I'm going to try to give away some money. So I always used to find some charities at the end of the year and donate because it reduced my taxes. So this is something that's some companies are now, naturally, we're in the beginning of a fiscal year now for most companies. So they're not really thinking about the end of the year, but still, if they're good managers, they're looking for tax deductions. And this is a part of a good sales pitch to a corporation or to any type of business. Hey, we'll give you our tax ID numbers and you get a tax break and you can buy this. The only thing, if they ask you, and we've talked about this, if they tell you, well, we're buying this to sell again to somebody else or sell to our employees, you say, sorry, sir, ma'am, we cannot sell you that. Don't tell us if you are anyways, but you can't do that. We can't sell our product and then have somebody else go out and resell it. That's breaking the law. So we can't, it's breaking the law of being a not-for-profit organization like we are. So you can't do that. So just so a word to the wise, but I don't think we usually run into those situations. It happens every now and then, but just so you know that, we can't sell it to somebody. You can't even sell it to a homeboy who then is going to put it up on eBay to sell and make that money. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. That's illegal. So just, that's part of our business model or culture that we have to follow. All right, any other questions or concerns or comments about these numbers?
Wait, so are these trays a write-off for regular people? Like, can someone write it off on their taxes? Like, oh, I donated to charity by buying the tray?
Yes, yeah,
Okay. Because I had that question from people that were buying them. I had to
yeah.
tell them that.
You're giving to a tax deductible, a tax exempt organization, and it is deductible. You guys think you think when I buy some trays from you guys, you think when am I going to do it? It's going to go right into my QuickBooks as a charity donation. So yes, Tyler, that's correct. Okay, so that's another sales pitch, right? For some people, I don't know. You got to still come up with the cash to buy it, right? You got to still think you want to use it, but at the same time, it is a tax deductible gift. And if anybody asked, really, prove it to me. We show them that tax exempt letter, and that's it. That's what does it. Okay. Very good questions. Good to know. Anything else? Okay. Very good. All right. So we're off and running. The numbers are beginning. We have some work to do, but I think we're doing it. I go on the website a lot. I like our website. Let me show you something that I don't know a lot of you get to see, but Serena sends me a report every week. And let's make sure I can get that up here. Serena sends me this every week. It's a statement or a website report on our website. It talks about how many hits, how many leads, how many subscribers, how many sales, how many donation views, all types of information, orders, how much people are looking at, how much we sold. And she does this on a weekly basis. This is very helpful to me. Gives me an idea. And if any of you are responsible and working on the website, you should be tracking these numbers from week to week, seeing if you're advertising on Instagram, seeing if you're advertising and giving the website is creating hits. That's something that you should monitor as you make Instagram posts, as you put posts out on the internet, which I see a lot of you are doing or your team is doing. Does that equate to hits on your website? Does that, you see that work on your Instagram turning into sessions, turning into subscribers, turning into leads, turning into sales? You should monitor this. So the internet people, this is something that you relate to the marketing people. Hey, we're doing this Instagram thing, and this past week I didn't see much activity on our website. What's up with that? What are we doing wrong? What do we need to do? You got to coordinate that. So Serena, thank you. This is an excellent report. This information should be given to the marketing people, to the sales people about how we're doing. Are we equating? I don't want you to waste your time working hard on these Instagram ads and these ads when they're not paying off, when they're not creating hits. And that means we're not reaching our market. We're not reaching people who might be interested in this. So this is an important thing to track and monitor on a weekly basis. If you see this drop off or go up dramatically, oh, what did we do right this week? What did we do? Oh, maybe we had we had an Instagram post a day, or we had some changes in our Instagram way of doing things. So we did some other things. We did some suggestions that Ronnie Ramos gave us last week about having pictures or video or blurbs of things. Sorry for the non-technical word there, sorry. I'm not a marketing guy, Rihanna, I apologize. And so, but these things that Ronnie gave us last week, if we incorporate some of these, have they equated to hits on our website? These are important things to tag, and it's even more important because it's a lot different if this website was going to go on for the next year through the whole calendar year. Then we can see it slowly developing or retreating. But we're in a hurry. We have only after this week 6 more weeks to go. So that's a little about a month and a half left of actual operating our team. So we have to make this happen quickly. And is the advertising, is the things that we're doing, providing those hits, providing people's eyes and ears to see our product, and they're thinking about buying it. So that's something that we have to look at on a weekly basis. And this is something that, matter of fact, if you feel that you need help in this, especially in the marketing viewpoint, I am not the expert naturally, but you can ask me and ask Professor Fialo, ask Professor Rasa, if you want, but ask the marketing people about this. Ask them if they can give you ideas. Call up or email Miss Ramos. Remember, she said she's there to help you if you have any concerns or any ideas or want to go over what she talked about in her presentation to us before the break. We can't let this go. You can't say, oh, it's week 3. I can let this slide this week and worry about next week. After next week, we're down to a month almost. You can't let those slide. So every day, every week, you have to take a look at this. And that's why Rihanna and her group and the internet people have to be in coordination. You just say, okay, we got the website done. We don't have to do anything now. Sierra gives Mr. Hans a report. We're happy. We don't have to do anything. No, you have to do more. You have to make sure that what you're monitoring and what you're doing is the offshoot of what the marketing people are doing. Who's getting out to hear about Wheel Meal? Who's hearing it? This site sessions or these hits should be going up, not coming down. They should be gradually increasing because people are hearing more about your company week in and week out. And so that's something that you have to look at. And if you don't understand that, talk to your marketing professors. Ask me questions. Ask Samantha questions. Ask Andrea questions. Andrea's not here today. She had to work this afternoon at her job. So these are things that help us manage our business better. But if we just say, oh, it'll take care of itself, or, okay, those are nice little pictures. That's good information, but you don't do anything about it. It doesn't give you an idea of what you're doing. Then it's defeating the whole purpose of running a company. If this was the real world, this is data that helps you. Is our pitch getting out there? Are people hearing our pitch, seeing our pitch, and are they going to the website to take, oh, this interests me. I want to see what these guys are all about. Or if you have homeboys and homegirls or your own individual network, encourage your friends, encourage your family. Go to the website, take a look at it. Maybe they'll think, hey, I might want to buy one. That's what we need to do, okay? Because again, we're not going out and having events. Now, this is a subject that's a little bit controversial this week, and I'm going to address it. We have some of the other teams going out and scheduling events and going out into the public. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that is very dangerous. That is going against the rules of the University of Laverne. If we could do that, why aren't we in the classroom? Why do we have to be sitting here in Zoom? So if you guys want to go out there and have events or go out in the public, I don't want to know because it's putting you in some danger. I'm going to say something that's probably politically incorrect, but it's true. There's about 50% of the individuals in this country care and give a rat's ass about their health and about their fellow citizens' health. There's about another 50% of citizens in this country who don't give an RA. We're just out there without masks on. We're not getting vaccinated and who don't care. That's the 50% you got to watch out for. And that's the 50% I don't want you to deal with. Sorry to say. So if you guys are hearing all these great reports of all these sales of our other two teams, that's fine. But they're putting themselves in some danger. And I don't like that. That's not me. Now, if you guys feel you're safe and want to have some events and take the precautions, I'd appreciate you letting me know what you're doing, but I'm not encouraging it because I don't, and I'm sure your parents will agree to this. They don't want you to be put in some type of situation where you could get the virus or get sick. Trust me. And I'm sure, I think all of you can agree on that. Your parents would not want you to be in that situation. So don't let, if you see stories about other teams or look out in the public and people are now going out and not wearing masks and doing that, that's a bunch of crap. They're putting themselves at risk. This pandemic, not what you hear, is far from over. So I don't want you guys to put yourself in those types of situations. You make the call, talk amongst yourselves, talk it with your parents. And if you feel you want to go outside and sell, be careful, but I don't encourage it. So don't let that be a factor. Oh, geez, our sales are down. I guess we better go out and go to an event and sell someplace. Don't let that be the driving force. If you want to do that, have a safe plan, and it signs off by your parents, signs off by, if you want me, that's fine. But I don't want you to put yourselves in situations where it's uncomfortable and it's not safe. That's the bottom line. Again, we're just talking about selling trays, selling lights, selling things. We're not talking about saving our health. Okay, that's more important. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now you'll probably say, Mr. Hassey, why are you yelling at us in week 4 that our sales are down? We can't do anything about this. Remind me of that, okay? Remind me of that when it comes time, okay? That's important. Your health, your safety is more important. Okay, there's that. There's my Chamber of Commerce speech for today. All right. Now, so those are all the reports, and we'll be going over these every Tuesday. All right. So next week I'll do the same thing, but let's plan on in the week after next that each of our individual people, Serena, you will do the report that I just showed. Tyler will do the sales report. Taylor will do the financial report, and Mason will do the operations report, and just explain to our team members so everybody's on the same page about how we're doing and what we're doing. And then we'll talk about how we do to make things better, how we do to continue on and prepare a successful team venture. Okay, so I think that's cool. I think we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. All right, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier about Ronnie Ramos and her presentation. And yes, I think Ronnie kind of gets what we're trying to do, but I don't think she understands that. She kind of thinks that we keep doing this into another semester or into another time. I don't think she really understands that this is like a 10-week deal and that's it. But be that as it may, I think she came up with some very good points, some very good things that we could look at. So I just want to make sure that, I know Rihanna was taking notes because I was watching her when Ronnie was speaking. So I just want to make sure that if you get any ideas or need any assistance, feel free to call her, feel free to email her. And she could be a good source of information. I have another marketing person coming to speak to us on April 8th, Thursday, April 8th. She's a former graduate student of mine who has her own marketing company. She does a marketing company for clients. She's in San Diego County. And she's going to be coming to speak to us on April 8th, because right about April 8th, we're at a little bit past the halfway point, and then panic might be striking because we got it coming to the last few weeks and we really got to start selling. Her name is Etta Lucerio, and she's going to be talking to us on April 8th about any last minute marketing gimmicks or last minute marketing ideas we could use to sell our product. And she'll be speaking with us on April 8th. Okay, so that's something to think about in that regard. Now, Sarah Rodman Alvarez, who is an employee of the University of Laverne, she runs the Lewis Center. If anybody knows what the Lewis Center is, it's the health center, I guess you could call it, of the university. And it's right in the middle of campus. For any of you old hands at the campus, it used to be where our dining hall was. And now it's the Lewis Center. And that center was created by the gift of a guy named Richard Lewis, who happens to own most of Rancho Cucamonga. And his real estate company manages and runs basically Rancho Cucamonga and amongst other communities in Southern California. And he's a great supporter of the university, and he gave us a gift to have this Lewis Center for Health and Well-being. And Sarah was hired to run it. And Sarah also is on the board of the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation. And she's going to be coming on Thursday to talk to us about her organization and what they might do with getting a $1,400 check from us, what they'll do with that money and where it goes. But also I want Sarah to also learn a little bit about us and understand it. So I'm going to ask if we could do a brief 5 to 10 minute presentation to Sarah on Thursday. It doesn't even have to be PowerPoint. It can just be speaking. If you want to do a couple slides, that's fine. If you want to show a video, that's fine, whatever. And I'm going to ask Mr. Eric Wilson to lead that presentation. Mr. Wilson, what do you think about that?
To lead the presentation?
Yes.
Is it the one, it's introducing our team, right?
No, it's as I was just saying, you're going to be doing a pre-presentation explaining our team to Miss Alvarez.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great, super. So if you need any help, ask anybody to help you. But Eric, I'll put you responsible for that. It's just about 5 or 10 minutes just to talk about you don't have to introduce everybody or be like a Wells Fargo deal. It's just talk about what our team is, what's our product, what are we doing, and why we chose the Restaurant Workers Foundation to represent us. You might want to get with Rihanna or Serena or Jaslyn about this, or anybody who wants to help give you some information. But Eric, I'd like you to lead this discussion. And if you need any help on that, you go ahead and pick a partner if you need one. But it's only 5 or 10 minutes. It's not a big deal. And I'd like you to do that for me. Okay, Eric?
That works.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. And so that's what we'll do on Thursday. Okay. Also on Thursday, let's hear from Austin on Thursday about advertising. What are we doing about advertising? Do we have any ideas in the next few weeks about advertising? Are we going to try to maybe get a little article in the student newspaper? Are we going to get maybe some airtime on Leo FM? Are we going to, how are we going to do some advertising? So Austin, let's have a little discussion on Thursday about advertising, okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Great, Austin. Thanks a lot. So again, as you can see, now we're getting into the nuts and bolts of our operations, of our team. We're having various team members give us information and give us reports representing us, and this is how it should be, and this is great. And the thing I like about it is the more all 12 of us are engaged and in tune of what we're doing, understand the negatives and the positives, understand the successes and the misses, everybody on the same page, that makes us get a little bit more engaged in selling our products to our homeboys and homegirls, makes us engaged about getting the word out about our website, and it gets us, and it might not necessarily mean more sales, but it means that more people will be listening to us. More people will be trying to get to more people because we as team members are more engaged in what's going on, okay? And so maybe Jaslyn can come up with some more information on any corporate stuff. And I know Tyler was working on some things as well. Tyler, was that your sale of the 20 units this past week? Was that your father?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay, very good. And so, just talk about that on Thursday, and Austin can lead the discussion about how we're going to try to get the word out. And anybody has any fresh ideas or any new suggestions about that? I know one of the things that are going to be happening in the next couple of weeks is our athletic students are going to be coming back to campus. The baseball team, the softball team, I think track and field, maybe some of the winter sports like basketball are going to be practicing outside, maybe working out. I think maybe even our football team might be working outside. These are still under discussion, but I know as a member of the faculty NCA representatives, I know that the NCA has allowed us to start planning for those sessions, beginning maybe in the first part of April. And so here's one of the things we might want to find out is, can we go to a baseball game and sell our product? Are they going to allow customers, or going to allow students to attend or go to these practices or go to these events of these spring sports teams? I have an idea that probably the answer is no, but it might be worth looking into that. More students are going to be coming back to campus beginning next month for a variety of things. How can we get involved in that? Do we know what's going to be happening on that? That's something that we need to look into as far as how it's representing our sales. Another thing to think about is we're getting close to graduation at the end of May, the 1st of June. Could that be a marketing campaign? Graduation gifts, a graduation gift for high school, for college graduates. Does our product have a pitch there for somebody maybe going away to college, and they can take this trade if they're going away for college next fall? Can they use that in going in the summer for a job? These are taking a look out into the future of different markets we can get into and selling our product for graduates, for people getting jobs this summer who might be able to use our trades. So these are some things we need to think about. Miguel, I haven't heard much from you today. Tell us something exciting that you did last week on spring break.
The only thing I think of is work. I got sick, and I think that was it.
What did you get sick? What happened there? Can we ask?
No, it's just like a running nose,
Ah,
and like a sore throat, but that was about it.
all right. I'll tell you what I did last week, and it's kind of like what you, Miguel. I had a tooth pulled last week. Boy, was that a lot of fun. Happy spring break. My mouth was in torture most of the week. I had to have a tooth pulled. So yeah, I had a lovely spring break. Couldn't even play golf. Andrew, haven't heard again much from you today. Our BUHA leader, Andrew. What's going on? Tell us something.
Not too much, to be honest. I've got some deals in the works, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Are you anything that happened over spring break? Are you going to get married? Did you get a new job? What's going on?
I'm about to quit my old job, but nah.
Quit your old job?
I'm gonna. I'm just joking around, but nope. Got a nice haircut, and I talked to
well, let's just say
my barber,
I don't know about how nice that is.
My barber is gonna spread the news about it, because they got a lot of talking points.
Yeah.
They have a lot of customers and whatnot, so he's gonna help me out. He has our website already. He's in contact with like 15 people that they're gonna contact me directly, so that way we reduce cost through the website. So I'm gonna personally deliver it to the people. So yeah, we got some.
So where's your barber shop located?
Oh, this is in Montebello.
Montebello.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So did he buy any from you?
I'm actually gonna get some trays hopefully this week. So then by then I'll just wait on the trays now.
Okay. Very good. All right, Andrew. So you're not getting married or anything?
Sadly not, no.
No, don't say sadly at all, please. Talia, why don't you talk to us? Anything you need to report to us about the financial affairs of our organization?
Taylor first.
Taylor, excuse me.
Nothing that I can think of. I started speaking to CAB about buying trays, but they're kind of bargaining about the price. But they said they'd speak to their advisor because it's for charity. So maybe that'll change their mind and pay our price.
Yes, and I know their advisor very well.
Okay.
I'll back you up on anything there. Okay.
Okay, cool. And then I work for Carvana. So I was going to talk to, now that I have trays, because Mason sent me 20 trays because I've already sold like 7 to my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show him and then see if he wants to buy for our company.
Very good, Taylor. That's good. Okay, thank you. All right, well done. That's all I have. Samantha, do you have anything to add to this organization? Samantha? She's not hearing me.
Sorry, my internet said it was unstable, so I was still frozen. What
No,
did you say?
that's me. I'm unstable. That's what they're referring to, but that's okay.
What did you ask me though?
I
Sorry.
asked, anything else to add to our discussion today?
Well, I just want to say it's normal for all your numbers to be off. It's
Yes.
just the learning curve of all the reports. But if there's a way for you to share them with each other, like a view only, just in case you're scared of anyone changing your numbers, that's a good way to just kind of check all together and see if everything's cohesive. But yeah, it's okay. It's just a learning curve. If like one idea, I know that sales have been a little slow, which you might already done this, but just like your parents' workplaces, that's where I got a lot of my sales, was my dad letting me email all of his employees. And then also just having like a short paragraph that you can send to extended family and all of that. But you know, Easter's coming up, so if you want to wait till you see anyone in person or till there's an occasion to mark it around, because I know a lot of people do like little Easter gifts for family members, you could wait for family for then, because that's what a lot of our team did. It was like timing when it came to family and not contacting everyone at once. So those are just some ideas to work what leads you do have.
Very good. Anything you can tell us about being 21? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
There's a come down after it. Like you just want your birthday to be lasting forever, and then you get depressed. And I think because it's at the end of spring break, it's like it made it even worse. Like I just didn't want it to end, so you got to soak it up. But fun year ahead, so can't complain.
Well, let me give you all a little bit of advice. Wait till you turn 40. Talk about scary. Now you guys don't have to worry about this, but when I was 21, I thought 40, who cares? 40, I can't even understand it. It comes up rather quick. So wait till you turn 40. That's when it gets really creepy. So
yeah, it's like there's no other birthdays to like celebrate after this, like as big as 21. Like at 25, I can rent a car, big whoop. Like there's nothing else exciting. So yeah, but it was very fun. And I don't know if any of you are 21 yet, but it's a fun, college experience.
Good. And then another thing, thank you, Sam. Another thing that Samantha mentioned, I don't want you. She talked about selling to your families and Easter and all that sort of thing. And if you can do that, that's great. But also, I don't want this to turn into like you're in Little League baseball or Little League softball, and you're selling candy boxes to get money for your team uniforms. This is farther from that case. Only sell to your families if it's legitimate that they really could use it. Okay, not that as it's a charity for, oh, I'm in college, my professor is going to flunk me if I don't sell 2 units a week. No, don't do that. This is a legitimate corporate company with legitimate products, and if they can use them, fine. But I don't want the word charity get involved in this. Now, if they want to just give a gift of $10 as charity, as a donation, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to turn this into like Little League baseball selling candy boxes so we can go on a spring trip to Palm Springs. It's a legitimate sale. It's treated like a real company, and that's how I want you to treat it when you're dealing with families and friends and that sort of thing. Can they really use it? They're not doing this as for something of so you can get a good grade, because that's farthest from the idea of this. So okay, so thank you for bringing that up, Samantha. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. We'll if there's nothing else from our team, I did almost all the talking today, which I don't like to do, but it's since we had a spring break and it's been a while, and we're looking at our reports in a little bit better formats now. We'll get this a little bit more individually as time goes on. So on Thursday, Eric will be doing a little presentation for Sarah. Sarah will be explaining some things to us and answering our questions. And we'll talk about some advertising and marketing ideas from Austin. So I hope everybody had a good first day back to school and are doing okay. If there's nothing else, I bid you adieu. Yes, Rihanna.
I just have one thing to bring up while everyone's here. So I'm going to be starting this new series on our Instagram, and it's called Takeout Tuesday. And the goal is like to push supporting small businesses and also possibly like connect with those small businesses and like build connections through Instagram with them, especially because sometimes they'll like share posts that they're tagged in. So what I need from like everyone who can, I need a picture of your favorite takeout food on one of our trays, like in your car.
Oh,
And it can't be from like a fast food chain, like no In-N-Out, no McDonald's, anything like that. Like it has to be like a small business. And then I just need you to send me like the name of the restaurant, what you got, and like a little description of what you like about the restaurant. Like if they have like really nice like workers, nice customer service, like what if you really like their menu, stuff like that. And then it doesn't need to be like a full-on meal. It can just be like, you know, a coffee from your favorite coffee shop. But yeah, it just has to be from the small business. And then if everyone can kind of do that to me or send that to me as soon as possible, that way I don't have to like chase everyone down come Tuesday, just so I have them all ready to post on Tuesdays.
very good. That's a great idea. Good things.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we need to send like what city this is located in for the small
Yes.
business? Okay, perfect.
Is Chipotle a small business?
Unfortunately, no.
I didn't even hear the question. What was the question?
Chipotle is my favorite place ever, but it's not small business.
Chipotle, you know, is your favorite place?
Yes,
I've never been in a Chipotle. What am I missing?
it'll change your life, I promise you.
Really?
Yes, and it's kind of healthy.
I remember I'm an old gangster. And it's going to take something pretty special to change my life.
Professor Hassey, it's Chipotle, not Chipotle.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
See, it shows you how much I know what's going on. Say that again. How you say it?
Chipotle,
Chipotle.
yes.
I'll stick with McDonald's. Sorry. But that, okay, I might have to try that out. All right, anything else? I'm such an old gangster, I apologize.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How do you include a tax write-off, and like how do you bring it into conversation?
Well, you can just say that you're representing the University of Laverne. You are working for a charity called Restaurant Workers Community Foundation. They are both tax exempt organizations, and your gift is going to helping these organizations. It's helping us as students learn how to run a business. It's helping restaurant workers get some much needed funds to help the restaurant workers community. And at the same time, you're purchasing a product that is considered a tax deductible donation.
And when they ask for proof,
As I said earlier, we have these forms that you can show them. And the tax ID number of the Community Foundation was put in the chat session. I will make that ID number also available on our Blackboard site.
okay, thank you.
Good question, Miguel. Thank you. Now, again, are that many of our customers going to ask for that? You know, how many people that we deal with are in that ballpark where this is really going to be a tax deductible donation? Remember, you don't get to deduct these things unless you're making quite a bit amount of money and giving quite a bit amount of money. So I don't know where that's really going to play into a lot of our markets. For companies, yes. For individuals, I don't know about that. But okay, but that's just something to be aware of. Thank you, Miguel. That's a good question, though. Anything else?
I believe I have the tax write-off. It's under UOV IRS tax exempt, correct?
There it is. That's it.
Yes, I do have it then.
Okay.
I'll be sending it to everyone.
Okay. I'll put it in our Blackboard site as well. Mason, when are you going to put some things on the wall in that room there? You got to put something on the wall.
You know, it's happening eventually, maybe.
I'm
I
teasing you.
kind of like it being plain, honestly.
Really? You look like you're hiding out from the FBI.
I mean, you gotta be
You should just
polite.
cover it in wheel mail stickers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I have like 300 now. They're just, ready.
Hey, you think we could think that as time goes on and we still have a lot of those, we think we can sell them individually? If somebody gives us a donation, we would give them a sticker.
Yeah, we can.
That's just something to think about.
But if they give us like $1 each? Like,
No, you get a sticker if you give us $10 or something like that. I don't know. That's something to think about down the road. I know now you're going to be using with our product, but as we get towards the end, you have all these stickers that you haven't gotten rid of yet.
yeah,
That might be an idea. Somebody who gives us a donation, you give them a sticker,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. No, it's definitely possible.
Or if they go to, I'm gonna mispronounce this again. If you go to Chipotle and you give us a receipt, we'll give you a sticker. Whatever. Okay.
No, it's good enough.
I'm being stupid. All right. All right. Anything else, sports fans? How was classes today? How was Abadante?
The longest class imaginable, honestly.
How was Rossum?
We didn't have
a class today.
Interesting. And you have Hicks in a few minutes, correct?
Yes.
Sorry, you got to go from here to another class. I apologize. But you don't have class tomorrow, right? That's a good thing. So tomorrow we can sell trays. Haha, okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. I'm glad you're all back. I know you guys probably aren't, but it's good to see you all. And glad you're healthy. And give some suggestions to Mason for his walls if you can. It might help him out. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Go on, get out, leave. I don't want to see you. Go. Or are you waiting to talk to me?
I do have a question though. For
Yes.
the, individual sales, if they don't tell me what they sold, do I just leave them blank basically? Or
That's
Yes.
a problem too. That's my issue is like there's the Wix sales, but I asked people in the group chat like, hey, did anyone specifically sell these? And then like nobody says anything.
Well, then you say, all right, you'll go down as 0 sales. And then trust me, I was really a nice guy today, and I'll be a fairly nice guy next week.
Yeah,
But
that
when
was kind of disappointing, Hassie. I'm not gonna lie.
But that's all right. I'm just being I'm being nice. But when we get to week 5 and I see team members with 0 sales, tighten your belts and put on your bootstraps because look out. That's when the accountability starts. So yes, if they don't communicate with you, I want to know about it. If you don't hear from these people, listen, as supervisors, Tyler, Mason, as supervisors, if you don't hear from your team members, you have to note that in your record so I see it. Because then I know what's going on. Now, if I don't know what's going on, I can't do anything about it.
yeah, I
So,
know.
okay?
Yeah.
It's not like tattling. Remember, you're running a business,
Oh, I know.
okay? So this is not, somebody who is on a sports team and drops a fly ball and you say, oh, sorry, better luck next time. This is a business for a grade.
I know.
So if they're not working as team members, then you have to let me know. Okay. Remember, I'm the ass kicker. You guys aren't. I don't want to put yourself in those positions. But if somebody's not doing it, you got to let me know. Okay.
Well, I won't name names for now. It's just I'm disappointed with some of the other.
Well, I can just look at the reports now and see who's not doing anything. And that's going to be painfully obvious after week 5 when I see that report. That's the halfway point, and I don't see some people with sales. Guess what their next grade's going to be on the assessment at week 5? D, F. So there you go. They'll get the point. Trust me.
Pass, he's still recording, by the way.
That's all right. That's fine. Everybody should hear this. People should hear this. I don't even know if anybody looks at
Oh,
my
it's still
recording.
recording. Yo, I love all of you. I will never rat any of you out. Okay, it's fine.
Tyler, you'd be a perfect Republican. Trust me on that.
Mr. Hassey, just wanted to run this by you. Have an idea to get people more involved in these meetings and whatnot.
Yeah,
In general, because our participation is pretty low, to be honest.
exactly. It always is every class.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not just this semester. Don't worry about it. But go
So,
ahead.
I was planning for every meeting. I mean, obviously, sometimes we have guest speakers and whatnot. I was planning to have in every meeting someone run it, someone differently. So one meeting we'll have
Yeah.
Miguel run it. Someone will have David, just to get them talking. So I'll have them lead it, them discuss. I mean, obviously, we'll be there to ask questions
It's a
ourselves.
good point. But if you notice what I said today, First of all, I'm having Eric do something on Thursday,
Mhm.
having Austin do something on Thursday. Okay, and then not beginning next week, but the week after, all you 4 are going to be doing something with the reports. And then if you want to bring in a team member to help you with those reports or explain something or about the topic you want to press at that meeting, at that topic, go ahead. But I will be doing this. For example, I got some ideas that I'm going to get Sebastian involved a little bit more. But this week this week I chose Eric and Austin. Every week I'll be doing something about that going forward. But
Okay.
those are good points. But I'm aware of that, Andrew. Trust me, I've been around the block. So yes, you brought a good point. We're going to try to do that. But trust me, and I've warned you about this earlier. Some people ain't going to do anything, no matter what you do. and that's human nature. Welcome to the real world. I mean, I work at, you guys know this, and I'm recording still. I'm still gonna probably get in trouble if somebody ever listens to this, but I've warned you about certain professors. I've warned you about certain individuals. That's human nature. You got to deal with it, and that's the way it is. Okay?
Sounds good.
The world is 50-50. 50% cool people, 50% knuckleheads. And as the older you get, you'll say, you know, Hassie was right about that. It's 50-50, and that's the way it is. And you guys are going to have to deal with that all your lives. You might as well start dealing with it now, even when you look good with a new haircut.
Thank you.
Rihanna, anything else to say out there in TV land?
Oh, I was just gonna say, so Thursday, I was just looking at my schedule and I have an appointment and I'd have to leave class at 4 and I can't, I've tried to reschedule, but like I wouldn't be able to get an appointment for months.
Rihanna, I am deeply hurt by this. I'm deeply affected by it, but I think I can get through it. And I appreciate you so much that you let me know. So don't worry about that. You are one of the stars of our team, so I'm not concerned about that. But I do appreciate you letting me know. Thank you very much.
Rihanna, are you getting like a wheel meal tattoo?
We can't ask those questions. We are a politically correct team.
Okay.
Check out our Instagram and like, just kidding.
Now, is anyone thinking about getting a wheel meal tattoo? I think that would be a
I
sign of
think Nathan
dedication.
should on his forehead. I don't know why he wouldn't.
No. I'm thinking full back tattoo. Wheel.
Ooh, good Lord.
Yeah.
You know, you get one in your butt and then you don't have to show anybody.
What's
I
the
don't
point
know.
then? There's no point.
What's the
All right,
point?
this conversation is now getting out of hand, so
Yeah.
we'll conclude it, and I'm still recording, so I'll be fired by next week. All right, guys, have a good day, rest of the day, and good luck with Hicks, and I'll see you Thursday.
I think Miguel has something to say.
Now what?
I was chuckle, but since I have a spotlight, I have a question for Mason. And have you gotten any money from like in-person sales?
In-person sales? I believe that we have a couple people have sold from individual sales, but I think what they're supposed to do is they're still supposed to buy online, right?
Yeah, they can buy check, and just send the check to Talia. Why do I screw up her name? I apologize. Or send a check to that person, and that person can, for example, if Miguel sells something to a homeboy and the homeboy gives him a check, he can just send that check to Andrew or Taylor, and they will deposit it into the bank account. So that can be done that way.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Could we also, I had this idea, but could we possibly like set up like a Venmo account that we link to like our bank account?
Can't do that, dear. The university does not allow that.
Okay.
We can't do that. It opens up some liability issues.
If-
We can't do that.
If Mason is like in charge of getting all the money, can I Venmo him the money to his account and like maybe stay with the cash? That
Well,
way
Mason's not in charge of the money. It's Talia.
or Taylor.
I don't know about that. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. If you want to do that, that's fine, but I don't want to know about it.
Miguel, if you want to do that, my Venmo, I'll send you that.
Now Taylor's in Sacramento, if I
Yeah.
heard. correctly.
Second
So
cash, she's the farthest one.
yeah, so if you need to, you can give it to me, and
Oh, well, send
I'll
it
make
to
sure.
you.
I didn't know that. She's in Sacramento. Why doesn't people tell me this? I didn't know that.
I didn't know she was in
That's
Sacramento.
why I had to send the trays over. The 20. so it's easier.
Found out this week, so
Oh,
Plus, it would also save us money for shipping out whole customers, basically.
You guys got to keep me in the loop. I'm last to know everything. Didn't know that Sam was turning 21. Didn't know Taylor was in Sacramento.
well, I didn't know that either. I just found out just now about Taylor. And
We're
Sam,
not-
the only reason I knew about Sam is because I follow her Instagram account. I'm a stalker.
Oh, that's your
Mason
fault.
just calls me and says, "Why aren't you selling?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Mason. I don't understand the question."
All right, I'll leave this for you guys to fight out. I don't think I should be involved in all this.
That's very aggressive, Tyler, and I thought, well, just
Mason,
All right.
I'm trying to help you.
Back
All
tattoo.
right.
Come at me like this.
All right.